we now turn to one of the most complex and high-profile infrastructure environments in the country, Dublin Airport. In this session, you'll hear from Michael Earley, the BIM and Digital Manager, and Damien Garry, the IT Development Manager within the Asset Information Division at Dublin Airport Authority. They are going to share how DAA is using GIS to gain a single, unified view of all of its assets and infrastructure. Please welcome to the stage Michael Earley and Damien Garry.
Thank you, Richard.
Good afternoon. I'm going to give you some insights into some of the current projects that we're undertaking at the moment, and also some insights into future projects that we're planning. So in Dublin Airport, we're using GIS to help us manage growth in a live environment that's safety critical, and that brings many challenges. So what we're planning at the moment is, in our next capital investment programme, 5 to 6 billion spend, commencing in January 2027. We're in a stage at the moment of planning for that while trying to maintain the current investment programme. Okay, going to give you an overview of some of the projects that we're looking at in Dublin Airport. So Dublin Airport is the primary gateway, or air gateway, into Ireland. So it's very crucial for us that we maintain this, and we have a look ahead into the future and how we plan everything that we're doing. We have experienced significant growth in the last while, especially the last 10 years. So a lot of you will be familiar with Terminal 1, Terminal 2. We've recently built a North Runway airport as well. We're also planning a new apron to the north. That'll give us extra stand capacity. We're in the technical design stage of an underpass at the moment, which will reduce the number of vehicles on the apron and all the taxiways, and that's going to improve safety. South Apron Hub, we're spending a lot on this at the moment. What we're doing is we're planning to expand out the area there, where will give us the ability to bring larger airplanes down there, and so that they can actually pass each other safely. So we're also building a new custom border patrol. We're extending the one that's there. It's actually at capacity, a new passenger boarding zone. Pier 5 extension as well onto Terminal 2. And just to note that the outline you see at the bottom is that all these buildings are a mixture of BIM and actually GIS. So it's what you see in front of you is digital information, not just produced for nice images. It's actually our information. So in the car park then to Terminal 2, putting in 2 additional floors. We're connecting up a new ground transportation hub. The metro is going to come into that area, so that's a major project coming into the airport. And the North Apron development then, we're extending out Pier 1 as well. So there's a lot of work, not just in building these, but you're seeing the buildings that are being removed. We're actually having to relocate those as well. So it's a major jigsaw puzzle. We're also making some changes to car parks as well to try and make all this happening. So a huge amount of enabling works. Major project at the moment is the airfield drainage project. As mentioned earlier, we're going to have to manage all that water that's on our site. And we have some major pieces of infrastructure going in as part of that project. T1 security upgrades. If you go through Dublin Airport today, you will see that the actual fast track now is upgraded. If you go up to level 30, you can go through the fast track. There's new lounges there. And so this is actually now complete. And that's only in the last week or so. So it's a major projects that we're planning to undertake, and GIS is going to be extremely useful for us to understand what we're doing. Okay, just to give you back an idea of the kind of growth we're anticipating at the moment. So basically, in 1963 we had 1 million passengers, 1997 10 million, 2015 25 million. So it's moving fast. So 50 airlines, 180 destinations, 38 countries. So we really are the gateway into Ireland. So that growth brings challenges. So we're increasing our passengers to 40 million passengers per annum. That's the plan. We are trying to keep passenger experience as good or better than it is today. And we need to meet our sustainability criteria, so net zero by 2050. Okay, so the challenges we're getting is asset certainty. What do we have? We have 9.25 kilometres on the campus, hundreds of kilometres of underground utilities, lots of assets, and they're all critical. They need to work every day, all year round. This is really important for us. Just to give you an idea, just one of those assets we're planning one of those attenuation tanks that's going to hold that water from running off on our site. And just to give you an idea of the size of it, it would fit 8 aircraft, your typical aircraft that you would go on a Ryanair or an Aer Lingus flight throughout Europe. So absolutely massive pieces of infrastructure. So to do all this, what we're doing is we're combining computer-aided design, CAD, building information models, sensor information, all trying to bring that together. And GIS is kind of the glue that pulls all that information together. This is one of our projects at the moment, where for the first time we've actually brought all our utility information together in one location. That's been really important for us. We didn't have all that. It was in paper, in CAD drawings, everywhere else. Our ambitions as well are to create a digital twin. And GIS is part of the good foundations for a digital twin. And this is what we want out of this at the end is informed decision making. And I think that's a theme that keeps coming up. We want to be able to have confidence in what we have to make decisions confidently and to spend our money in the right places. Thank you. I'll hand over to Damien.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. So, the importance of the asset information team, as we already have heard this morning, is critical that we get the asset information into operational information. And this helps us as a business to be compliant and also to be strategically well placed. As Michael alluded to, there's a lot happening right there. So imagine all those buildings, that infrastructure that's getting demolished. That sits right now in many systems on the airport right now. So it's an ever-evolving landscape. So asset information comes from projects in those traditional formats, AutoCAD, Revit, Civil 3D, and now more lately we have BIM in Dublin Airport for a number of years. We then have to transform it using industry standard tools, e.g. FME, to transform, for example, AutoCAD information into GIS information. Our key stakeholders are our passengers, and we use GIS to support safety and regulatory needs and data analysts to plan for the future. This is organizational information. So what is our scope? Again, why do we have asset information teams? Well, we need to ensure we have the evidence to show we are complying, we are strategically well placed, and we are always evolving and transforming. So GIS will assist us in the future. Digital twin journey, as Michael alluded to, we're not just going all out, we're going with a use case digital twin strategy. So Esri will assist us with regards to all the relevant software tools, the mobile, desktop applications, experience builder, dashboard for analysis. IBM Maximo is our enterprise asset management solution. FME is our extract, transform, and loading tool. And of course, ACC and Power BI as well are used extensively in Dublin Airport. Just a brief overview of our current integrations and our future roadmap. So IBM as a single source of truth is our key metric. On the left-hand side is our SCADA integrations. This is our supplementary control and data acquisition systems, e.g. motors in the baggage system. They can automatically send a work order direct to Maximo on a prioritized level. Oracle is our inventory management solution, direct into Maximo. Power BI, obviously, for analysts and future predictive technologies. We are really embarking on the IoT journey, as was mentioned earlier. We have a legacy Terminal 1 which has no real connectivity, e.g. escalators, lifts, etc. So we're now putting that technology into those systems to bring out the information. In Dublin Airport, we have Esri 11.3 enterprise solution. We are upgrading this year to 12.1, and we are also in the Advantage program with Esri for the next 3 years. So we will talk about developments, potentially indoor mapping and other solutions. So here's a quick overview of some of our Survey 123 apps that we have built over the years, and more recently, Natalia Kaskowiak has developed many of these apps, as I said already, but primarily in the last few weeks we've had a crane safeguarding airport solution, whereby obviously cranes in an airport is a big issue. Yeah, so you have to make sure that's monitored and checked for every project. So this web app, Survey 123, will allow the user to apply for that, and then there's a subject matter expert who will govern that and feedback. Also, we have a manhole inspections app, which again, very detailed behind-the-scenes development to allow simple user interface. So then again, some of the Esri Enterprise Experience Builder dashboards that Natalia has developed. Top left is a pavement repair evaluation, to show third-party versus in-house costs. Planning applications overview on our infrastructure on our site to analyze and interact accordingly. We are mapping all our energy meters, currently in our ABB Silence solution, with the view to integrating that in the future to our central data platform to provide live analysis of our energy performance in GIS. Crane locations, as I just alluded to there in the previous slide, there's a dashboard of that, again showing the crane applications and the interactions. And then airfield inspection. So as was mentioned earlier, our new runway requires an annual inspection, so the SMEs go out annually in the field with the Field Apps app, do an inspection on the runway, which was built in massive concrete square blocks. So again, this is part of our ICAO requirement as well. And then just from a bigger governance perspective, GIS supports us with this piece. So we have our aerodrome mapped to ICAO regulations, since 2018. Hervoy, who is here today, would have started that journey with us. We are now required as a digital NOTAM perspective. A digital NOTAM is what's called a notice to an airman. So that's your pilot in his cockpit. As he arrives to his airport, he needs to know what's going on. So at the moment, that's all paper-based and various texts and etc. So the European Union are mandating airports to digitize that. So we have to digitize our airfield to an AIXM format. Again, we use FME to help us with that transformation, and that will feed into a process that meets the requirements of the EU. Also, in the airport, we have noise. Our communities need to know what's going on. We get many complaints. So we have to manage that. We have to report on that. Again, we use GIS, ArcGIS Pro, the report suite builder within that product to build those images to show our stakeholders. So I'd just like to say, myself and Michael are on a shared journey, but it's not just me and Michael, it's all of us here today. We are designing, building, and operating our assets to operate and govern them. And by aligning our teams, by aligning the technologies, especially GIS, we'll build a trusted foundation today for that digital twin tomorrow. So thank you very much.